All right, so yeah, the same person is out there just doing what he always does. I want to, well, do what they always do. I want to sort of give a little bit of background. So, what I generally do is I get off the bus, and a lot of times I either get out the bus, I'll go to Starbucks and get something from Starbucks and chill there. But like Starbucks, when I would go to Starbucks, I really it would actually more stuff would happen when I would be out there because the people would be able to hit me from the street. Like they would be like going down the street, so I noticed that it's a little bit it's a little bit more tamer over here. So I've tried to switch up a little bit. So I've been sitting across from Starbucks. So I'll go to Starbucks first, and then I'll come back over here and just relax here. And just surf the internet and chill, and I do that on a late night. Now there's a reason why I come and I do this at night. So some people might wonder, well, why is this guy active at night and why is he hanging around at night? Well, when there's more people, the stalking is way worse. Like let's say if I was it was like noon or something. Like if I was doing this at noon, like if I was doing what you would normally do during the day, if I did it any if I did it in the afternoon like you would, the stalking would be like 100 times worse. Like there would be people everywhere screwing with me. Like at night is a little bit more laid back. Also, the environment is a little bit more laid back. Also, it's easier to tell when the people are doing it as opposed to if there were just hundreds of people. Like if there's hundreds of people, then it would be a lot harder to notice it. So, like I said, it's just easier this way, and I moved around. At first I used to kind of just come over here when it would be raining at Starbucks. Like I would just leave Starbucks, come over here when it was raining and just camp here because then I'd have some shelter from the rain. I could still relax and surf the internet and do what I normally do. But I don't do that. I've just kind of just migrated from over there to over here. I've been trying to switch around a little bit. Also, Starbucks is across from the bank, and I would have my back turned from the bank, and these people would be doing little screwy stuff like while I couldn't see them because the where I would sit. It was just like I just said, you know what, I'm gonna switch up and come over here and just chill over here, and that's what I did. So what happens now is that they don't usually go to the bank. They're not at the bank. What they'll do is they'll park right over in this area, and they'll just sit there and they'll just watch me. I mean, they'll watch me literally until I leave too. They'll just be there. And I'm not really pissed about it. Like it doesn't bother me, but it's not about it whether it bothers me. These people, I mean, I think it's just this something just seriously wrong with this community. And everybody out here has some sort of hidden agenda, and I don't really know what's going on with these people. But when people mention gang stalking, that's like it's definitely some sort of criminal conspiracy. But the thing about it is that the person or the victim, which they call the TI, and you'll see that mention is called the TI. That's like the official title they give it. But the person really won't know why they were chosen. So, it's a guessing game as to why. I have theories as to why. I had a relative who I think was a member of a cult, and that person could have tried. I don't know cults. I know this person was a member of a cult, and this cult was probably into all sorts of illegal criminal stuff. And I just that's a theory, but I don't really know why, officially know why. So I don't really care anymore. I did at first, but I don't care. Like I said, I think the purpose of this is to cause like extreme amounts of anxiety and to kind of get you revved up. But I'm not really that kind of person. Like I don't my personality is like I'm not really like super emotional or anything. Like I could be emotional, but I'm not easy to trigger. So like when they do stuff, I kind of just notice it, and then like I don't know, like I'm not going to be like my day's not going to be ruined because of it. So they still do it though. And it's been affected. It's not so much that, but it affect like other parts of my life. And majorly. Like whoever these people are, they have so much control over this community that they really do have a major effect on all parts of your life. Like they're trying to hijack it. And so, and I mean, the people, like everyone who lives in this community is either knows about it or is involved in it, in my opinion, or most of the people at least, because it seems like it's some sort of it's, I don't know, it's a conspiracy. It really is a conspiracy. This guy, he's playing his role. So I stumbled into some sort of major criminal conspiracy, and I don't know how it happened or why I was chosen or why these people feel threatened by the fact that I'm here. Maybe they feel threatened. I don't really know. But I've stumbled into this, and I've been dealing with it ever since I moved out here. And I mean, I really started to notice it probably like maybe a month after I moved into this community. And it was pretty extreme right from the beginning. It was like the people just started coming out of nowhere and just doing stuff to me. And I was just looking at them like, what the hell is wrong with you? And at first I was just like, I had a good attitude about it. But then I just was like, I'm involved in some major criminal some sort of major criminal conspiracy, and I didn't sign up for this. Like that's not what I was, that's not what I was trying to do. I mean, I was just like, I was like a regular person. I came out here as a regular person, and now I feel like I'm Fox Mulder or somebody. So, I mean, that's just how things turn out. I guess you don't have so much control over what happens to you in life or something. But so, this guy will remain out here until I leave. And I'm about to leave, actually. I'm probably going to leave in like another couple of minutes. But yeah, he's not going anywhere. He's not doing anything either. He's just going to sit in his car and he's just going to watch. And he's going to watch. And this guy is generally what they do. I would go into a store and they would just be watching, and I would look at them and then they would just keep watching me, and the reason why they're so bold is because they don't care if other people know about it. And it's just like with these videos. I could post 10 videos, I could post 100 videos. I could post videos that no one could possibly explain, just the best videos you've ever seen, and no one really cares. I mean, I would have maybe 15, 20 people watch it, and then no one really cares. They'll just say, it's not me, so why care? And I think that that's kind of the attitude most Americans have. Like, this country is not really about running to the rescue and stopping, criminals from doing bad things. I think this country is more geared towards like protecting certain groups of people from bad things, and everyone else is pretty much on their own. So, in a situation like this, I mean, either I deal with it or I lose it, and I don't know. Or that's just, there's nothing. No one is gonna run to my rescue. No one ever did run to my rescue. I mean, the only thing that I have that I can use is my mind, and that's it. So, like, if I let this get under my skin, then that's exactly what's going to happen, and no one is going to really do anything about it, and I'm just going to live this really horrible, angry life. That's it. Like, no one is going to do anything to prevent this from happening because no one cares. So that's, for the most part, that's how it works. That's why you notice that with these people, they don't even hide it, and I'm pretty sure that they'll know that I'm recording it. They don't care because they don't have to care. I think that they're so well set up that they don't need to care. Like, the rule of law, whatever rule of law we were taught about when we were in school, is a facade, and it's not something that I've actually seen in real life. We're taught a lot of things, and then you get out in the world and you realize that everything you were taught was a lie. And you get real world experience. So, like, people commit crime all the time, and no one really cares. So if someone did something terrible to you, who knows if the police would give a damn whether they did it or not. I mean, sometimes the police are involved in it, and you don't really know what to expect in this world, is what I'm saying. We don't really have a set set rules that apply to every person. So, like I said, with me, it's just like, well, everybody's like, well, I hope you're able to deal with these criminals that coming after you, because you know that if you can't deal with the criminals coming after you, then you're pretty much screwed. It was way worse in the beginning too, way worse, because I didn't record a lot of stuff that happened, because cell phones in the old days weren't as good as they are now, and I didn't really have the memory on my phone. I would have like a 16 gig phone. I have like 1 or 2 gigs of memory that I could use, and it would be like 1 or 2 videos tops, and then I'd want memory for other stuff. It just, nowadays I get like, I have like 250 gigs on this phone, so I can just like record everything that happens and adjust the resolution and do all this other stuff that I couldn't do in the old days. So anyhow, I'm gonna go ahead and stop. And you notice this guy's not going anywhere. He's not gonna leave until I leave. So that's just my 2 cents on it. And like I said, uh, the country kind of let us all down, and I don't know how happy I am to be a citizen of this country at this point, because I really feel like the country's let me down. I don't, I don't hate the country. I'm just saying that it doesn't make any sense for me to be in a situation like this. It doesn't make any sense. And you would think that at this point someone would do something about it, and no one has done anything about it. Like, my life was basically completely stolen from me. I mean, completely stolen from me. This guy represents the oppression that I've had to deal with since I've been out here. Like, this guy, he's represents oppression, my oppression. That's who he is. He is my oppression. He represents it, because that's exactly what him, and people like him have done to me. And I don't even know these people. I mean, they just one day woke up and said, let's just oppress this guy. And that's basically what happened. And everybody signed off on it. And that's my story, basically, since I've been here. I've been pretty much, haven't done anything to anybody. Just lived in peace. This came out of nowhere and has been haunting me since I got here. And that's basically how things were and how they are now. So I'm going to go ahead and close out now. Yeah, so I just wanted to put that out there for people who might be curious about these things.